Someone is in the garden. Daniel, Miranda says. It's Santa Claus. He's looking in the window. No, it's not. Daniel says. He doesn't look. We've already had the presents. Besides, no such thing as Santa. They are together under the tree, the celebrated Honeywell Christmas tree. They're both 11 years old. There's just enough space up against the trunk to sit cross-legged. Daniel was running the tree set around the tree forwards, then backwards, then forwards again. Miranda is admiring her best present, a pair of gold-handled scissors shaped like a crane. The beak is the blade. Snip, snip. She slices brittle needles off one by one, off the branch above her. The smell of pine. A small green needle rain. It must be very cold outside in the garden. The window shines with frost. It's long past bedtime. If it isn't Santa Claus, it could be a burglar come to steal someone's jewels. Or an axe murderer. Or else, of course, it's one of Daniel's hundreds of cousins or uncles. Because there isn't a beard and the faces in the window isn't a jolly face. Even partially obscured by darkness and frost, it has that Honeywell look to it. The room is always full of adult Honeywells talking about things that Honeywells always talk about, which is to say everything. Horses and houses and God and crowding tiny salons and, of course, theater. Always theater. Honeywells like to talk. When Honeywells have no lines to speak, they improvise. All their world's a stage. Rare to see a Honeywell in isolation. They come bunched like bananas. Not single spies, but in battalions. And as much as Miranda admires the red gold Honeywell hair, the exaggerated expressive Honeywell good looks, the Honeywell repertoire of jokes and confidences, poetry and nonsense, sometimes she needs an escape. Honeywells want you to talk too. They ask questions until your mouth gets dry from answering. Daniel was exceptionally restful for a Honeywell. He doesn't care if you were there or not. Miranda wriggles out from under the tree through the press of leggy Honeywells in black tie and party dresses. Apocalyptically orange taffeta, slithering, clinging satins and canary and violet, foamy white silk already spotted with wine. She's patted on the head, winked at. Someone in cloth and gold says, "Poor little lamb." Bah. Humbug. Miranda blurts, beats on. Her own dress is green, fine whale corduroy, empire waist, pinching at the armpits. Miranda's interest in those things is half professional. Her mother, Joan, resident the last 6 months in a Phuket jail, will be there for many years to come, was Elspeth's Honeywell's dresser and confidante. Daniel was Elspeth's son. Miranda is Elspeth's goddaughter. There are two men languorously kissing in the kitchen, leaning against the sink where one of the new Honeywell kittens licked sauce out of a gravy boat. A girl, only a few years older than Miranda, lay soiled and tattered tarot cards on the farmhouse table. Empty wine bottles tilts like cannons. A butcher's knife sheathed in a demolished Christmas cake. Warmth seeps from the stove just inside the Aga's warming drawer. Miranda can see other kittens asleep in the crusted pan. Miranda picks up a bag of party trash, lipstick-blotted napkins, throwaway champagne glasses, greasy fragments of pastry, hauls it out through the kitchen door. Mama Cat slips inside as Miranda goes out. Snow is falling. Big sticky clumps that melt in her hair, her cheeks. Snow on Christmas. Not in Phuket, of course. She wonders what they gave you to eat on Christmas Day in a Thai prison. Her mother always makes the Christmas cake. Miranda helps roll out the marzipan in sheets. Her ballet flats kid on the grass. She ties the bag, leaves it against the steps, and hears the man in the garden, standing still before the window, looking in. He must hear Miranda. Surely he hears her, her feet upon the frozen grass. But he doesn't turn around. Even seen from the back, he is recognizably a honeywell. Lanky, yellow-colored. Perfectly still. He's somehow perfectly still. Perfectly posed to catch the eye. Unnaturally natural. The snow that is making Miranda's nose run, her cheeks blotchy with cold, rests unmelted upon the bright honeywell hair, the shoulders of the surprising coat. Typical honeywell behavior, Miranda thinks. A lover's quarrel, or else he's taken offense at something someone said, and is not going to sulk himself handsomely to death in the cold. Her mother has been quite clear about how to behave when Honeywell is being dramatic, when drama isn't required. Firmness is the key. At this last thought of her mother, Miranda has some dramatic feelings of her own. She focuses on the coat, sends the feelings away. It is quite a coat. A costume? Pilfered from some production? 18th century, beautifully cut, not a frock coat. Just a cord. Rose damask, embroidered all over with white silk thread, poppies and roses. And there, where it flares out over the hips, a staghorn beetle on a green leaf. She has come nearer and nearer, cannot stop herself from reaching out to touch the beetle. She almost expects her hand to pass right through. Surely there are ghosts at Honeywell Hall. But it doesn't. The coat is real. Miranda pinches the damask between her fingers, says, "Whatever it is that happened, it isn't worth freezing to death over. You shouldn't be out here. You should come inside." The Honeywell Majesticor turns around then. "I am exactly where I am supposed to be," he says, "which is here, doing precisely what I'm supposed to be doing, which does not include having a conversation with little girls. Go away, little girl." Little girl she may be, but Miranda is well armored already against the Honeywell arsenal of tantrums, tempests, ups and downs, charms. Strange. Above the right pocket of the Justicor is a fox, stitched in red and gold, its foreleg caught in its trap. "I'm Miranda," she says. And then, because she's picked up a Honeywell trick or two herself, she says, "My mother's in jail." The Honeywell looks almost sympathetic for the briefest moment of moments, and shrugs. Theatrically, of course, he sticks his hands in his pockets. What's that got to do with me? Everyone's got problems, that's all, Miranda says. "I'm here because Elspeth feels sorry for me. I hate when people feel sorry for me. And I don't feel sorry for you. I don't know you. I just don't think it's very smart standing out here because you're in a mood. Because maybe you aren't very smart. My mother says good-looking people often don't bother. What's your name?" If I tell you, will you go away? The Honeywell says. Yes, said Miranda. She can go in the kitchen and play with the kittens, do the dishes and be useful, have her fortune told, sit under the tree again and with Daniel until it's well past time to go to sleep. Tomorrow she'll be sent away on home on a bus. By next year, Elspeth will most likely have forgotten she has a goddaughter. I'm Fenny, Honeywell says. Now go away. I have things not to do. And not a lot of time to not do them in. Well, Miranda says. She pats Fanny on the broad cuff of the sleeve of his velvet coat. She wonders what the lining is. How cold he must be. How stupid he is standing out here when he's welcome inside. Merry Christmas. Good night. She reaches out one more time. One last time. Touches the embroidered fox, its leg caught in a trap. Stem stitch and seed stitch and herringbone. It's very fine work, truly, she says. But I hope he gets free. He was stupid to get caught, Fanny says. You peculiar and annoying child. He's already turning back to the window. What does he see through it? When Miranda's finally back inside the drawing room, where tipsy Honeywells are already roaring out inappropriate lyrics to carols, pulling Christmas crackers, putting on paper crowns, she looks through the window. The snow has stopped. No one is there. But Elspeth Honeywell, as it happens, remembers Miranda the next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. There are presents for Miranda under the magnificent tree. A ticket to a London musical that she never sees. A makeup kit when she was 13. The year she is 14, Daniel gives her a chess set and a box of assorted skeins of silk thread. Under her black tights, Miranda wears a red braided leather anklet that came in an envelope. No letter. From Fouquet. The kittens are all grown up and pretend not to know her. The year she is 12, she looks for the mysterious Fanny. He isn't there. When she asks, no one knows who she means. The year she's 13, she has champagne for the first time. The year Christmas she is 14, she feels quite grown up. The man in the just decor was just a dream, or some story she made up for herself in order to make it feel interesting. At 14, she's outgrown fairy tales, Santa Claus, ghost stories. When Daniel points out that they are standing under the mistletoe, she kisses him once on the cheek, and then sticks her tongue in his ear. It snows again the Christmas she is 15. Snow is predicted, and the snow falls. Something about the chance of snow always makes her think of him again. The man in the snowy garden. There is no man in the garden, of course. There never was. But there is Honeywell Hall, which is enough. And seemingly enough heaps of Honeywell adults behaving as if they were children again. It's exhausting, almost Olympic. The amount of fun Honeywell seem to require. She can't decide if it's awful or if it's wonderful. Late in the afternoon, the Honeywells are playing charades. No fun, playing with people who do this professionally. Miranda stands at the window, watching the snowfall, looking for something. Birds, a fox, a man in the garden. A Honeywell shouts, "Good God, no, Cleopatra came rolled up on a carpet, not in the Sunday supplement." Daniel's up in his room, talking to his father on Skype. Miranda moves on from window to window, pretending she is not looking for anything in particular. Far down the ground, she sees something out of place. Someone. She's out the door in a flash. "Going for a walk," she yells while the door is swinging closed, in case anyone cares. She finds the man navigating along the top of the old perimeter wall, stepping stone to stone. Fanny. He knocks a stick against the stone as he goes. "You," he says. "I wonder if I see you again." Miranda, she says, in case you forgot. No, he says. I didn't. Want to come up? He holds out his hand. She hesitates and he says, "Suit yourself." "I can get up by myself," she says, and does. She's in front of him now, walks backwards so that she can keep an eye on him.